Hello friends, good afternoon. You're on the Adrihosan channel, a YouTube channel where we talk about solutions, mainly materials, for renovating our bathroom kitchen. In this program, we are going to talk about a material we really like, hydraulic tiles or hydraulic mosaics. But before we start, remember to visit our online store at adrihosan.com. Hit like on this video, it helps us a lot, and subscribe to our channel over there. Because that way I can notify you of all the updates we make. Uploading to our YouTube channel, we also have podcasts for those programs that don't require video. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about this type of tile. This tile has been on the market for many years. With the introduction of porcelain and ceramic tiles, it fell a bit out of favor, but the truth is, it's a product with a lot of character. It's a completely handcrafted product. At Adrihosan, we have a factory in Morocco and a distribution warehouse in Algeciras. All the products you see in our online store are available. Now, this tile or this hydraulic tile is not cheap. It doesn't mean we have 100 meters of each, because I think that's 50 or 60 models. So for picking 5 or 10 little meters, we've got it. Important things about the hydraulic tile. Hydraulic tile is a tile that we can place both on. I'll show you another one that's also very beautiful, both on the floor and as wall covering. Although it's usual is as pavement. If you look here at this side, and on the back you see it is cement. This is made. I'll add a link to the video showing how it's made, but here you need to keep certain things in mind. This is entirely handmade, and the secret to this product is patience. Because you put on the different layers, add the color to the colored mass, and the thing is that when we are thinking about it, now what we need is patience. Let it dry, let it settle so it doesn't get bubbles, because if it gets bubbles, the product is completely ruined and it becomes unusable. It is very, very poor quality. I really like this particular hydraulic tile because it doesn't have a thick layer. Some are much thicker. Let's check out another model we have here. What is this one here? Okay, but I think we have about 50 models on our website, and we can also make any design you want. Very recently we sent a design to France that one of our customers sent to us. I like doing it this way, this tile, and I want it in hydraulic because it's a tile that adds a lot of flavor. So we send it to production, we give an estimate, they appreciated it, and we sent it to France. We ship all over Europe, no problem. There are tons of designs, and if you go to the website, you'll see tons and tons of designs and everything we have in stock. I'll take a look at our page because there are certain things I want to tell you. Well, we have this in our Project Plus section on the Adrihosan website. And we can see, let me show you a bit more like this, so I'm not in the shot so much. Okay, the Maldosa, as I told you, we have exclusive distribution for Spain. It's a tile, as I mentioned, that is very, very, very... It has a lot of character. It gives you a decoration that is not artificial at all. In fact, in many places we restore hydraulic tiles because it's a shame to remove them. As you can see on our website, you have different photos of the products. And then you have 2 videos on how to install it and how it's made. More things I could tell you about this product. Well, let's go into one. This is the latest design we've released in the hexagonal relief. Which is very beautiful. If we go into the product, Well, as you can see here, you can buy it as soon as it loads. You can buy it directly from the web. There are super beautiful designs, hexagonal, very geometric shapes at a really interesting price. No company nationwide has this price, and in stock. Well, yes, as I was saying, hydraulic tiles were invented in the 19th century in France, around the middle of the century, approximately around the year 1800. 1850, 1860, and it was used a lot until the 1960s. Then, well, certain products like porcelain tiles started to come out, things like that, and we began to use more industrial tiles because we were looking for something quicker. Just think that making a hydraulic tile, you place an order and companies are giving you between 30 and 40 days for it to supply. I'm going to read a bit about how all of this works, just to give you an idea in case you don't want to visit our website later of how this is made. All right, the hydraulic tile is handmade, piece by piece. Our artisan follow the chosen pattern. Like we discussed, you send me a pattern, for example this one, but instead of the colors black, white and blue, you want yellow, red and green. We can do that, no problem at all. Prepare a paste with water and air by mixing mackerel powder, white cement, sand and the mentioned pigments. The pigments are the colors in this. We pour this mixture into the mold. Yes, the mold is a cast iron form that already has the tile design. Imagine all these are separations and we pour the different colors there. Well, normally they are made from bronze that are framed. Okay, this layer carries the essence of our hydraulic tile, forms the visible layer that creates the design, and usually has a thickness of 4 or 5 millimeters, which is what you see here. The rest is cement. Those are the 4 or 5 millimeters where the layer acts, where we put the design and the color of the hydraulic tile. Once the stencil is filled with the different colors, we add the second layer of similar thickness, which is just cement and sand. This layer is the most important part of the process. This is what I mentioned before, even more so than the decorated layer, because it is responsible for absorbing the excess water. The decorated layer. What this does is this layer has sand and cement, absorbs all the excess water, and then dries the surface layer. This is not the layer that guarantees no bubbles are formed on the surface. If we have too much water on the top and we make it very quickly, let's say I need it in 10 days, impossible, because if we don't let this second layer absorb all the excess water, it will dry out the water and cause bubbles at the top, but bubbles will form because the water will evaporate, and then we'll see little holes that unfortunately appear in many hydraulic tiles and mosaics. Okay, well, this is what we guarantee will never happen to you. This know-how and the patience are what set us apart from the competition. As I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to produce quickly, shortens this process significantly, and like I said, you'll see little bubbles. Finally, we finish filling up to the 20 to 25 millimeters that the tile base usually has, with the support layer made up of gray cement and sand of a coarser texture to facilitate adhesion. What this guarantees is that it's waterproof, porous, which helps the cement adhesive to hold well. The filled mold is placed under a hydraulic press that compresses it, then it's removed from the mold, allowed to dry and submerged in water for 24 hours. So we've put the prepared layer here on the surface now. We've placed a layer of the same thickness of cement and sand, which will absorb the moisture, and then another thicker layer also of cement and sand. This we have let it dry. We have let it dry for 24 to 48 hours. Keep in mind that we have made a single piece, and then it goes into the press. Once placed in the press and removed from the press, we leave it in water for 24 hours. All right, here comes the second part of what I was saying about patience now. For this entire tile to dry well and set properly, so we have a quality product, we need about 28 days for the cement to harden. Okay, so if you call a manufacturer and say that you want a hydraulic tile with your design in 10 days, it's going to be tough to get a good product. As you've seen this, we've got 24 hours because making tiles takes around 10 minutes. You can see it in the video if you want, but we need 24 hours of soaking and then 28 days of drying after pressing. Okay, it's called hydraulic mosaic because of the hydraulic press that was used. Practically unchanged since the mid-19th century. The production of this mosaic hasn't changed, which is why I say it has a lot of character and history. That's its charm. You know, in 150 years, you won't see a porcelain tile or a grey tile. However, now we are seeing and restoring tiles that are more than 150 years old. So it is a product that lasts a really long time. The know-how from before and the way things were done make them last much longer, and they are much prettier. Besides, there are companies that specialize in restoring these types of tiles, and they end up looking like new, always considering that it is a good hydraulic mosaic. All right, if people often ask us what kind of treatment should be given to this type of tiles. It's what scares people the most. Why? Because ceramic manufacturers scare them into thinking these tiles require a lot of attention and care. That's not true, okay? No treatment is needed, although we do recommend applying a water repellent layer. For example, Fila makes one, I think it's called Hydro Rep, the product they treat with. But mostly because it's a matte product, so stains don't penetrate the tile. It's some extra protection, right? And then I always say, with every product you see on our website, on the adrihosan.com online store, you'll see we always recommend the final construction cleaning. It's a treatment that, to the professionals listening, please forgive me for saying, but it needs to be in the budget. Because, for example, in our construction company, when we finish a project, the last thing we do before handing over the keys is the final cleaning. Removing cement, plaster, grout residues, and then delivering a quality project where you can see the tiles as they appear in the showroom. Well, I think with this explanation, you might have a bit of an idea of what a tile is. A hydraulic tile. There are completely smooth designs, bases like, what was this called? Right, with little dots, Terraso, couldn't remember. There are so many designs. Plus, if you have any questions, just call me, and if I can't solve it for you, we have a team at the factory who can help with any small doubts you might have and show you how we can solve it. Okay, let me remind you to visit our online store, adrihosan.com, where you will find all the solutions for renovating your bathroom and kitchen. Our customer service team will resolve any questions you may have during the purchase process or any doubts, hey, about this flooring, or ask us what we need to use to stick it, because we have underfloor heating. Well, we've been in this industry for many years, so we know all about these things. And we can solve all the doubts you have. If we can solve it, we know a ton of professionals, architects, technical architects who collaborate with us. And if we don't know, we'll ask them and solve it for you. Here's a final reminder. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button. It helps us reach more people. So you have content both on adrihosan.com and on Spotify. If you like listening to music, you can also check out our podcast, Producto para la Reforma, on Spotify under Adrihosan. Well, friends, thank you all for spending this time with us. And as mentioned, if you have any questions or inquiries, reach out through our blog, our website, or the comments.